Hello, good morning. Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream here. 8:58 a.m., almost 9 a.m. Mountain Time on June 16, Tuesday, 2026 here. We have Nasdaq down at this moment 0.3%. Dow is up 0.6, so that's interesting. And then we have S&P also down 0.1%, and Nasdaq is up 11% on volume. NYSE volume is also down 15%. So yeah, at this moment, if Nasdaq continue to close weak, we will have another a distribution day for Nasdaq. So that's something to watch out for today. Let's jump to the index. Here's QQQ. You can see yesterday's big jump. It pretty much gap up from the 10-day all the way to very high because it was up 3.14%. So that was a huge jump. Today we are giving back a little bit. We are giving back a little bit. So at this moment, the QQQ is down a little bit more, 0.9%. But we're still way above the 10-day here. So it's normal for it to give back some. The question is, whether stocks are gonna close really weak as well, right? So relative wise, we have to look at that. So right now it's down 0.9%. Let's jump to SPY here on the S&P ETF. This is also down slightly. This is actually better. It's only down 0.2%. So this looks a lot better. Still way above the 10-day. Yeah, so that's the best case scenario is they don't give up much the next day or two. This will allow it, the 10 day to catch up here. Uh, yeah, let's go to Dow ETF here. So Dow Jones here. Whoa, look at this. This is very strong. So yesterday, not only do we have a new high, we have another new high today. And that's up 0.6%. So this is pretty incredible in terms of relative strength here. You can see the relative strength has been climbing recently, and today we pretty much, I think, close to new high here. So that is good. Let's look at Russell 2000 on the small cap. His IWM ETF here, and this one's giving back some 0.4%. That's not too bad. Yesterday, Um, it was up 0.8%. No, sorry, let me go to yesterday. 0.58%. So, it did make a new high. That's the first thing. Today we're giving back more than a little bit more than yesterday. So from that perspective, it's slightly negative. Um, yeah, so we'll have to see, so. Anyhow, so that's the index there on the growth stocks on the move screen here. We do see many stocks, but not a lot of text. That's the biggest problem. Is not a lot of text today. They're all mostly down. And take a quick look at SMH, the WenX Semiconductor ETF here. Let's wait here. So here we go. We make new high yesterday. There was a big jump. And then today we give back quite a bit, 2.26% at this moment. So that's the again that's the more negative side, how much is giving back today. So that's something to watch for. And again, we could have a distribution day on Nasdaq, so that's also important. However, if we do bounce intraday and close, let's say even above the half the range here, that would be really good. Okay, so let's come back to stocks on the move here. We have RBB Bancorp. The financials, let's take a quick look at, like, say, XLF. We'll start at the broader ETF here. So this one has been climbing. You can see here the financial, right? Let's go to the regional. And this one is also doing okay. It's now trading at the bottom. So that's 2 days in a row it give up its gains. That's kind of interesting. So again, I don't know, like the financials, they just couldn't go most of the time. Even they tried to, they just fizzle very quickly. And you can see very volatile too, like in the last few months. It's just not a very smooth course. So that's the biggest challenge there if you get into those. Let me see if I have the the actual bigger bang here. We have, yeah, this one at least look not too bad. It's also pulling back as well. Okay, so that's the financials. Let's keep going here. So we mentioned RBB Bancorp, Rogers, ULS. There's a few. Okay, ULS is in the computer tech services. It is kind of trading sideways at this moment. It hasn't moved for over almost 2 weeks now. So that is the biggest problem for that one. Let's keep going with AMKR. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Well, this one is moving pretty nicely here, 3 days in a row. So it's a nice breakout right there from 79 something. And now, yeah, we at 93, so that's pretty good. GVA Construction, AMI, ALGM. Let's take a look at ALGM. This one's also moving here 3 days in a row as well. So this has a strong pullback here. Now we bouncing to new highs. So that's pretty good. But AGX, SSRM, like the gold, they're still moving. Let's see today where it's at. Here we are, with slightly near the 10-day. Um, it could become another resistance level. That has been the case for a while now. So we'll see if it can actually bounce back. Let's look at silver as well. Very similar chart. It's just around the 10-day. So yeah, some of these are trying to bounce back, but we'll see if they can actually do it. Okay, we have Western Digital. Let's take a look at those. That's the hottest group still. Here we go, making new high once again this morning. Gap up, still up 6%, although trading at the bottom of the range. So just a very strong group. Let me just see. What else do we miss here? We have MBN. Let's take a look at some of the financial stock here. Northeast Bank here. Yesterday was a little bit volatile. It breaks out, but then it couldn't, and it came back all the way down. Today we're seeing similar action. We tried to move up this morning. Now it's now trading at the bottom again of the range. So it's been 2 days of selling. I don't know why, but it's not looking good. We have ARM. Let's take a look at ARM. ARM has also been bouncing strong. Today we're giving back a little bit, just like the market is, 2.5% overall. So it still look okay here because we were a little bit extended. So now we're pulling back slightly. So that's not too bad. SSRM, IX here, VMI, Marvel. Let's take a look at Marvel. Here we see the bounce here. Today also giving back some, almost 2%. So yeah, so a lot of tech stocks are giving back some. The question is how much are they giving back? That's probably the bigger question. ULS, we're talking about the ALGM, AGX, MTRN, KNF, NMA, SIMO. SIMO is another one here. This one not as strong, but at least it's green today, so that's interesting. And this is up 2.6% at the moment, and it's trading up in the upper range, so that's a good sign. That's SIMO. And then we have CISO, PRLB, and KB. Okay, let's look at CISO. Again, financial's been doing not too bad lately, but again, whether they'll fizzle out, I don't know. We'll see. But look at this one, very strong move, making new high. I don't remember if we look at NY. Yeah, we haven't looked at NY. Innovate International. This is in the consumer loans. This one found some support this morning. We'll see if we can hold. It broke out recently, and this is the first pullback here. Did we look at AMI? Let's take a look at that one as well. Well, this one is also moving to new highs. So there we are. So yeah, so overall, pulling back today. Um, Very important that it doesn't close too weak because that will, become a distribution day today. But we're still very far above the 10-day. Um, but we could have another pullback here, right? So, you know, just it might be more than one day. Is what I'm trying to say here. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good trading day. Bye now.